Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome in the Ukrainian Crisis Media Center. Now there will be a briefing with the participation of the spokesperson of Information Analytical Center of Security and Defense Council of Colonel Lysenko. Good afternoon, dear colleagues. In ATO area, there is a trend to reduction of shelling by terrorists upon the positions of Ukrainian armed forces and upon towns and villages. But provocations have not ceased yet. Though during the last day, they abused 11 times the ceasefire. Militants used small arms, mortars, artillery. Ukrainian armed forces comply with the order, and they started firing back only during direct attacks of militants, and those attacks that were not able to escape. Last night, from 12:20 to up to 2 o'clock, militants provocated, and they were shelling a pole upon a checkpoint near Fashivka Debaltsevo, where border guards, together with armed forces of Ukraine, organized the control point service. And there was a direct threat to the life of our people. Ukrainian armed forces started firing back. After that, militants moved back, and no casualties. Near Luhansk, near Shastya city, and also Stanitsa Luhanska, terrorists attacked from mortars upon armed forces of ATO near Frunze. In addition to mortar shelling, they also used anti-tank-guided missiles and artillery. To Mariupol, near Starognativka, Volnovakhovsky district, near the checkpoint of Ukrainian armed forces, there was a battle. Terrorists were trying to come close, and they were trying to shell at our armed forces, and our military men fought back. No casualties. Yesterday, there was a question here about the death of Azov soldiers, and we really received a confirmation. Then two dead and 3 wounded from Azov regiment, and they died because of explosion of a mine, and they were wounded during the fight against an infiltration group from DNR. They were shelling at our military men. Terrorists were destroyed. During the last day, we have no losses. Also, not far from Pavlopol, terrorists attacked a monitoring group of CE. 2 cars of that mission were stopped by representatives of so-called DNR in Pishevik village, not far from Mariupol. Terrorists threatened with weapons, so they forced monitors to leave cars. They searched. They hit one of them with a submachine gun. Then they accompanied the mission to Oktyabr village. And Ukraine condemns such actions of militants and the application of violence to international monitors in ATO area on the basis of achieved agreements is absolutely unacceptable. The deputy head of Special Monitoring Mission OSCE, Alexander Haag, gave a weekly report of the mission. He told that monitors welcome ceasefire in Donbass, but they underline the buffer zone is dangerous so far, and there is a risk for escalation of the conflict. In general, OSCE monitors, they say there is a reduction of application of arms, and As to ceasefire, Ukraine armed forces comply with that regime, and using this chance, they improve the capabilities. And the Park of National Guards of Ukraine continue receives modern military equipment. Yesterday, they received police, Ukraine special police forces. They received 5 trucks, and they have a multi-lift system. The role of people is reduced to minimum in this process. Police forces, they will receive special clothing, masking clothing, and very soon they will receive that. The Ministry of Interior will receive that. Forces of the Ministry of Interior, they will receive that. And the ammunition is in warehouses, address sites, night vision devices, and they will be provided to ATO area. Situation in towns and villages in ATO area. Ukraine Special Service continue counter-terrorist activities on liberated territories, and they arrested several infiltrators. In Luhansk region, the operational group, they found the former member of the Service of Emergency who was working for LNR, and they had a special operation to capture him on the territory which is under control of terrorists. In Popasna city, Luhansk region, the SBU arrested caught informator of terrorists and who for money informed terrorists about Ukraine checkpoints and also corrected shelling upon Ukraine positions from heavy artillery and from ground system. 2 more terrorists were arrested in Krasnoarmeysk. They were collecting information on dislocation and the movement of ATO forces. They built, at the request of terrorists, a list of pro-Ukrainian activists. Informers did not give those lists to ADNR. Our special services arrested them. Now there is investigation, and the investigation has started. Brigades of Donetsk Obolenergo, they fixed electricity supplies to Debaltsevo. During the last day, pyrotechnical units of State Service of Emergency, we found 94 devices, explosive devices, 2 shells, 2 mines, grenades, and other explosive and dangerous devices. Also, they searched 2 hectares of land and 3 buildings. As to international support, representative of the State Department of the U.S., Jen Psaki, commenting approved in the Congress draft laws to support Ukraine, explained that the position of the U.S. continues to be focused on efforts to support Ukraine and to promote a diplomatic solution. Respects sovereignty and territorial integrity of Ukraine in close cooperation with allies and partners in Europe and all over the world to achieve that goal. The Ministry of Defense of Norway decided to cease bilateral military cooperation with Russia until the end of 2015. The first decision on ceasing cooperation was approved in March 2014, but the government of Norway decided to continue ceasing all bilateral military cooperation until the end of the last year. The situation in Ukraine is serious, and Russia is playing a destabilizing role. Russia supports separatists in eastern Ukraine and also has its own military forces along the border. This is unacceptable. The defense minister of Norway, in Eriksson Surede, mentioned. That's all information I wanted to provide for you. Questions, please. Morning. Good afternoon. Comment, please. A video where a commander of Kiburg was shaking a hand of Motorola, a terrorist Motorola. What military was there? Real commander Kupol? What do you know about that? What kind of investigation is there? I'm not ready to give any comment. I have not seen that video, so I don't have a subject for comments. Thank you. Tell me, please, it is prohibited to fly to Kharkiv, Dnipropetrovsk, and Zaporozhye. What are the reasons for that? As far as I know, the decision of Ukrainian aviation company or airline company, but reasons why they closed those flights are not known to us. So, is it not related with military activities? We don't know reasons. That was a decision of Ukrainian aviation company, and they are responsible for air flights over the territory of Ukraine. Thank you very much. If there is no question, thank you very much. See you.
Thank you all. You have a good day.